We're going live. All right, we're going live right here.
Hello. Okay.
That's wonderful.
Yeah, actually, GMG Jimmy is coming down to get you. All right, sure. Jimmy saw her picture and he goes, "Oh no, I'll
We're
go."
live right now, so be careful. We're live, so don't say anything inappropriate.
Okay.
All right. Good morning. It's GloucesterCast 443. Where is it?
Yes. We're live, Joe.
Sorry.
Oh.
Sorry, there we go.
Thanks, Beth. This is an absolute abortion.
There she is. Hello.
Good morning.
Hi, Johnna.
Hi, Chris.
Here's your seat.
How do we say your name?
Johnna.
Johnna.
J.
Joe was right.
I said
Joe was right.
Hello, I'm Johnna. Nice to meet you, Carl. Michael.
Oh, why is that?
Joey. You didn't bring the yoga mat? No, I'm kidding.
My car.
No, I'm kidding.
Just gonna grab.
We don't want to get on this floor. So Jim will be doing the example.
No, I told you I was going to bring goats up.
Goats?
Yeah, yoga on goats.
Have you
I've
done
seen
that?
those
No. Actually, that'd be a good topic to discuss. I think that's on fast.
Fine.
Is that a commercial?
No, there's like goat yoga.
Oh,
Yeah,
yeah,
the goats are climbing on people.
Oh, okay.
The fathers did it. Too bad we couldn't get him to call in.
Here we go. I got it now. Sorry for my delay
It's
here.
not something you offer.
Oh, absolutely not.
I gotta go.
I was getting all excited about it.
And time is 9:04.
Yes.
09.
Can you get excited about yoga?
Of course.
Right? I do it every day.
Yeah. You do yoga?
Awesome. Good for you.
All right, I can close this.
My hip flexors are going up.
All right, it's GloucesterCast 443. We are joined. We have two podcast versions today.
Oh, yes.
Two. Well, I only had Joey originally because I didn't have Johnna's last name. So, but this will be a test. No one say anything. All right, because someone screwed it up last time. First of all, we're going to go around. We're going to do introductions. Paul Horovit is with us.
Morning, Gloucester.
Johnna Huntsman is with us
Yeah.
from Cape Ann Power Yoga.
Correct.
Chris McCarthy is with us.
Good morning, Joe. And happy birthday to you, too.
Thank you, buddy.
We got him a cake.
I know, thank you. Michael Dekoster is with us.
Morning, Gloucester.
Joey Foote.
Morning.
Another podcast virgin with us. And our super fan of the week. We have Jimmy Dalpiaz with us.
Good morning, Gloucester.
The birthday boy. Happy birthday, Jim.
Thank you very much.
And Pat Dalpiaz
Good
will
morning.
be doing the keyboard and putting in URLs and stuff like that.
I didn't know you both had the same birthday. You and
Jimmy and I,
Yeah,
we
I
share a
know.
birthday.
It's amazing.
Yeah.
Interesting.
Yeah.
It's like fate.
But he got all the presents today. I got nothing.
Yeah.
Sorry.
See how that works?
And we already have a shared.
Oh, geez.
Brenda Grimes Davis has already shared
Wow.
it. So we encourage everybody to share it.
Record time.
So if you share it, we have I found this in the back closet. It's a little, it has some dirt, it has some stains.
Well, who wouldn't want that?
Authentic. It's authentic.
It actually really, it's not, this is,
Real bad.
there was only 12 of these made, Gloucester Beach sticker t-shirts. And we're gonna keep track of who shares the podcast, and about 3/4 of the way through the podcast, we are gonna do the
Draw the number.
random number selector associated with the person that shared it, and someone's gonna get a free T-shirt.
I hope.
I got to share.
Yeah.
I hope the
It's not fair.
No, you are.
Fair, I'm here.
You can do it.
No, yeah.
Everybody is eligible as long as you share it, except for me.
Okay.
So everybody, if they share it, is completely eligible. I want to thank Jimmy Dalpiaz for trying to sabotage Chris and my diet. He went
I'm
to
here for you.
so the backstory on this. Jimmy last night we celebrated his birthday, and he says, "What can I bring tomorrow for the podcast?" Because Jimmy's very generous and he brings food all the time. And I said, "Absolutely nothing. I'm on a diet. Don't bring anything." He shows up today, and what could be more calorie dense than this coffee roll right here? You asked, and that might be the highest calorie density that you could think of. But then,
Oh,
nope,
Oh,
he goes
wait.
over the top and Eggs Benedict, like we're questioning that there's really the Eggs Benedict because it's actually a whole thing of hollandaise sauce. A Benedict sauce. Is Benedict sauce and hollandaise sauce the same thing? Same
Yeah.
thing.
No.
Yeah.
Eggs
Benedict
Benedict
is
has
the name of
hollandaise
it.
sauce.
Eggs Benedict is the name, but it's hollandaise sauce.
Oh, there you go.
Yeah.
So Jimmy, what do you have to say for yourself? What was the thought process? I just want to know what the thought process was when I say we're on a diet and we don't want anything. And I want to know what the thought process was that a coffee roll would be the right move. Or hollandaise sauce.
Because you can't go to mom's and not bring that out of there.
I got older and
I got all that.
Officially a senior
I
citizen.
know what came over me. I'm sorry.
He is officially. All right, so we also have Laura Mondello also shared it. So she is entered into the
Got it.
So we got that. Did anybody here share it yet?
Yeah.
Go back
Well,
to the-
I mean, do you not want the T-shirt? I mean, what the hell's going on?
I was told it was just going to be a
Well,
wedding
the
gift.
problem is, I hope people who are sharing, you're going to be extra small because this shirt size.
It is not
small.
You're trying to sabotage my handiwork.
It goes
It's
on
a
that
large,
A large, cool,
and
but it's cotton, so you got to be a medium,
You put it on your pet.
and it's slim fit.
And
It's
It's
not
a
slim
fit.
It's such a thing. Okay, so we got that. So now we're going to get to our segments. We're going to start with Joey because Joey was the first one to respond last week as a super fan of the week, and we're going to pick another super fan at the end of the podcast to be on next week. Joey, Death Row Sub and Death Row Meal.
Death Row Sub is from Yellow Sub.
Oh,
Lisa bomb with steak with extra cheese.
A what?
Linguiça bomb.
Linguiça bomb.
With steak.
Tremendous. With extra cheese, did you say?
Extra cheese with onions.
Oh, that would go good on the diet.
Yeah.
And then what's the Death Row Meal?
Clam plate from the Causeway.
Oh, nice.
Two tremendous,
Yeah.
tremendous choices right there. So, Johnna Huntsman.
Yes,
She
sir.
doesn't know the question.
So, well, I did. So, do you know? Are you familiar with the Death Row Sub and the Death Row Meal?
I am not.
Okay. Well, I'm glad that you answered honestly because that's part of the shtick. Because if you act like you knew what it was all about and then gave a weird answer, we would know. Because a lot of people come on and say, "Oh, I love the podcast. I listen to it all the time," and then we bring up one of these things, and then they look at us with a blank stare, and that's what we know that they have zero legitimacy. Or credibility is a better word. So, Death Row Sub and Death Row Meal. You have to imagine yourself on death row, and you're supposed to be executed the following morning. And the warden comes in. He says, "Well, this is it for you. You can order any sub from any deli or whatever or restaurant. And so we want to know where it's coming from, what place, what establishment, and what the order would be. Death Row Meal, same premise. What restaurant and what the meal would be.
Okay, so for my sub, it would be Virgilio's Chicken St. Joe with prosciutto on it.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, so is that an add-on?
That's an
prosciutto?
add-on.
Is that-
Nancy suggested that.
Okay. Who said that?
Nancy.
Nancy. Okay. Nancy who? Am I supposed to know who
I don't
Nancy
know
is?
her last name.
Oh, Nancy Virgilio.
Nancy with the blonde
Oh, from
hair.
Virgilio.
Virgilio.
Oh, okay, Nancy
From
Virgilio.
Virgilio.
Okay, great.
Yeah, I order a lot from there.
All right.
They know my name and they know my voice when I call.
Oh,
Wow. That is
Wow.
an indicator.
I know. I work at
Very
Barium, so I spend a lot of time coordinating lunches. And so I order-
Big part of your job.
Yeah.
Probably like 30%.
Yeah. food,
coordinating
big-
lunches.
big part.
Yeah. And Death Row Meal?
I would have to say sushi. Sushi
Nice.
from Minglewood,
Yeah.
when it was Latitude.
Mm.
Do I have to tell you which one? Tuna King.
Tuna King, I just ordered that. That was my last meal at
Oh, that's the last one.
Minglewood.
Yeah.
My wife gets the Gloucester roll, and I got the Tuna King.
Yeah, Tuna King.
2 for 1.
Well, I
2
do
for 1.
Tuna King and then the salmon roll. I do a lot of sushi.
Well, you can't beat it, right?
Yeah.
Sushi makes you feel good.
Thursday nights, Minglewood. Buy one, get the second half off.
Is that right?
Sushi rolls, yeah.
Really?
Mm,
Yeah, so
tremendous.
sushi lovers, Minglewood Thursdays.
Mhm.
That's why we have you here for that value-added commentary right there. Very,
That's
very
my
good.
last comment of the day.
So Jimmy is 65 years old as of
Holy shit.
yesterday,
Wow.
and so
You got new glasses.
he got new glasses, which shaved about
Sandy,
15
yeah.
pounds off of his frame.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Got a haircut.
The haircut.
Mm-hmm.
And I changed my underwear.
What was your favorite gift besides the AARP VHS sex tapes?
I'm getting those?
No, what was
You
it?
guys ordered that for
What
me?
was your favorite? What
And
was
he
your
gets to do a second honeymoon at Viagra
He
Falls.
was, yeah.
Viagra Falls?
Well, I'm not exactly sure what the answer would be, but
Jameson.
you know, we'll let me
Who's-
just think about it. I'll come back to you.
Who's gonna drink more of that? You or Pat?
Definitely.
I would hide it. I would hide it.
And
Oh, he's tickled to get
Do
a
you-
new phone.
yeah, he's
Oh, yeah?
tickled.
Oh, you got a new room, new phone.
Yeah, he's tickled.
Does everybody
He's
have a
on
hiding spot from their significant others for like if they have like a certain kind of snack that you don't want them to get, or like booze that you think that they're gonna clean you out
I
on?
plead the fifth.
I don't know. I don't know what you're talking about, Joe.
Hiding spot.
I don't have one.
You don't have that.
I put my tax returns in a certain area so she doesn't touch those. So
Don't. If Kate's listening,
oh,
don't.
no, she's
don't get-
hungover.
So
She's
Kate
snoring
had
right now.
Kate had a bunch of girls celebrate one of her best friends' 40th birthday party, like a bachelorette weekend at Beauport, and Ray took really good care of them, and she is going to do a whole report
Nice.
about
Oh,
how
awesome.
it is the perfect staycation spot
Yeah.
for a special like birthday party for a bunch of women or a bunch of guys or whatever like
Yeah.
that. They didn't. She told me that they did not have to leave the premises. They
Yeah.
were treated like royalty, and it was like having like just being going on an unbelievable vacation
Cabo.
without all the bullshit.
That's awesome.
You got all that.
That's great.
What was that noise?
Connor?
I heard something. Probably Connor. So we got that going for us. Let me see here.
Joey Foote.
Joey Foote. Now, Joey, this summer. So are you a completely retired policeman, or are you still on the force?
Retired.
Retired.
Yeah.
But you took on an assignment as a ranger for the beaches this summer.
Yeah, for the Massive Ops called one of my friends who owns the company.
Oh, so it's a private company that does the
Yeah.
rangers?
Yeah,
Okay.
It's contract by this DBW.
Okay.
So we threw this together. She called my boss. We threw this in 3 days,
Oh, wow.
and it worked.
That's great.
So what were your responsibilities as a ranger on the beaches?
Assist the lifeguards and missing kids, social distance.
Yeah.
Sports.
To make sure people were
Yeah.
kind of following COVID.
And the other thing we did, we assisted shellfish warning. We were eyes and ears for legal clamming,
Yeah.
periwinkles,
Yeah.
and that worked out great.
Yeah. No, Peter Seminara, the
Yeah,
shellfish
he did a
warden.
great job with his sister.
Yeah. Oh, his sister's involved there too?
Yeah, she
Oh, I
sure.
didn't
All
know
Good
right.
that.
morning.
All rise.
Oh, well, look
everyone.
look who decided to grace us with his presence.
Oh, yeah.
Here's my tax for being late, Joey. My vitamin, Coke, and a water for you.
Oh, he's been listening. He listens. Well done.
Jimmy is just hanging his head in shame right now after he tried to sabotage our. So Connor, as our two fitness professionals here.
Oh, wait a minute. 3.
Well, you're semi, I would say.
2.5.
You're in training. But Connor, how would you rate this right here?
Actually, he probably will eat it.
Let me see. On a scale from 1 to 10 on caloric, would this be something that you would normally have for breakfast if you're specifically trying to cut?
The sugar in it, no. If that didn't have as much sugar, if we just maybe had some eggs on top. But
Well, how about
Eggs on
We got eggs. We got eggs.
how about this lovely hollandaise bath right here?
I mean, starch is good for you, and that's the eggs in there. So,
Do you want it?
Are you hungry?
I'm okay right now.
Yeah, see, he won't eat it because he's conscious about his physique because he has a new love interest. What's the new love interest? What's her name again?
Her name's Michelle.
Is she watching right now?
She couldn't find it live. Are we live on Facebook?
We're live
Oh,
on Facebook.
You know what? I couldn't see it on my personal page, but it's on the Good Morning Gloucester
Right.
Facebook page.
Right.
So now she is. Glad we got her out of the way.
There you go. So anybody,
So not to take any time away from Joey, but like Connor calls me. Connor was supposed to come with me this morning.
Right.
I left at 8:15, and I warned him last night. You know, I leave at this time. Be up, or I'm leaving. And I left without him because he was still asleep. So he called.
you heard the
right.
before you left. You heard the alarm.
I had to
going
go
off.
upstairs and turn off the alarm because his cell phone
So you
was
turn off
in
the
his,
alarm
in his
and not
office.
wake up me. That's interesting.
So here's the rub. Okay, we just got to the crux of it. We legitimately
question.
just got to the crux of it.
This
Okay.
is the question.
So the alarm was going off. Your dad goes up to turn it off, and he didn't wake you up. Who is at fault for not being
Right.
here on time? Is it your father's fault for not shaking you and getting you out of bed, or is it your personal responsibility to be here on time?
Before you answer, he knows where you sleep.
No, what? No, because we heard that you yelled at him for not waking you up.
He's yelling at me on the cell phone. Why do you do this?
I want
Why
to
did
pump you up before the podcast.
There you go.
So can we all take a
It's all for
vote?
the
Is
show.
it my fault that Connor showed up late this morning, or is it Connor's fault that he showed up late?
All in favor?
All in favor
I'm
of
gonna
it
go
being
with-
Connor's fault?
I don't know. You turned the alarm off.
Ooh, there's a little wrinkle. There is
Yeah.
a little wrinkle.
Yeah.
There's
So
a
How,
little
how are
wrinkle.
these kids supposed to learn?
yeah.
How are these kids supposed to learn if I always have to go up and be the second round of motivation
Well-
for him to get
Can I have a
up?
follow-up question?
Yeah.
How long was the alarm going off before you went up?
A long
Okay,
time.
Oh, so then.
Okay, that's a
and,
factor.
and twice
Yeah.
because I
He hit the
thought I
snooze.
turned it off. No, I hit the snooze twice. Well, I thought I turned it off, and then I went back downstairs, and the thing went off again.
No.
And I
Was it in a
forgot it in
separate
the other
room?
room.
It was in a set. It was in his
Was it?
office.
It was in a separate room?
I forgot my
So now I'm back up here.
Yeah, he didn't even go to bed with the phone.
Well, we had this conversation earlier. There's like implied times. Like the younger generation, it's like you're implied that you're going to show up at a certain time.
Right.
It's not like, you're supposed to be here at 8:40, you're going to be there at 8:40. It's like, I'll fucking show up when I feel
Right.
like showing up.
Right.
Unless something better comes along.
Unless something comes, and in that case, but we're just so happy to have you here
Thank you, Johnny.
because you do add like a
you all
whole
for
different
later
dimension.
It's a whole different dimension. And I'm surprised his eyes are open too. Because
He looks bright-eyed and bushy-tailed, like he got a fresh, like
Yeah.
Extra half hour.
That's why we're all a mess, and he's bright-eyed
Yeah.
and bushy-tailed.
Yeah. Well, we'll get to Connor. I hear, rumor has it, he was up in New Hampshire sitting at a bar last night. So he might have had a couple too many cocktails.
You went to New Hampshire?
Yeah. So we'll talk about it. We'll talk about Joey because I want to know how many missing kids there were this year.
I want to know about the clams. All the people, that were taking the clams out illegally.
Joe was looking for the
Who
clams.
does that?
Joe?
Who does that? You can't dig up clams without a license, right?
Yeah,
No.
that's what.
No, that's no good.
No,
But are there clams
No,
on
why not?
Good Harbor Beach?
wing sheet.
Oh, Wingasheet, yeah.
Yeah, there's all
people
on
would
wing
get-
sheet.
Yeah. Scary. To people that
What's the fine? What's the fine if you get caught?
I don't know the fines.
he's the
Odds and
he's the
ends.
knock.
Oh,
He's
you
the
put
one that-
call.
I'm
You put
just
the
the
call
eyes
in.
and ears.
Do you carry around handcuffs?
No,
No.
I like to.
How about a taser? Do you get a taser?
Taser?
Do they trust you with a taser?
No,
Nothing.
How about a billy club?
no, I carry my pepper spray.
Pepper spray.
Oh.
Okay. There you go.
Nice. Have you had to use it?
No,
No, thank God.
Those clams don't like it.
Put those clams down! I'll spray the shit out of your eyes.
I like pepper
In your clams?
What's funny about it is they're all out of towners
Yeah.
Yeah, sure.
from Boston, Revere. I mean, they sell them, especially the periwinkles.
Oh,
The guy had 50 pounds of periwinkles, and when they come in, they get a trash bag, a little trash bag like that. And see, hey, all the So one day we caught him. I said, Peanut says, "We got the bag." He started laughing. He says, "Wow, the city of Gloucester logo." I went, "Yeah."
Oh my god.
Oh, he took the City of Gloucester logo to actually take the illegal thing.
Periwinkles out.
Jeez, that's ingenuity right
Yeah.
there. He's thrifty.
So then Peter says, "You want these Joneses?" "I ain't taking them. So I get fined now?"
Yeah.
He starts laughing.
Yeah.
So you can't take periwinkles
No.
out either?
No.
Really?
There's a lot of things. I didn't realize you couldn't take sand dollars.
Really?
Sand dollars,
You can take the dead ones,
Yeah.
but you can't take the live ones.
Really?
My grandmother used to take them when she was in Naples, and they would bleach them and use them in decorations and stuff like that.
So is that what because I see a bunch of people on the back shore along Atlantic Road picking stuff off the rock.
Reetsies. The sea urchins. The Italians eat the sea urchins. You
Yeah,
pick
I
them.
love sea urchin. That's what they're picking
That's
up?
what they're
Yeah.
picking. Yeah. And then they cut them in half, and they get to your Virgilio's or Sclafani's bread, and you scoop it out and you eat it like that.
Part of the same license. Sea urchin and
I don't know. I don't know how it all works. I don't eat. I can't bring myself. That's one thing I can't bring myself to eat is
Oh, I love it.
the Reetsies.
Well, people really don't know what Reetsies are. If people knew what they were eating, then maybe they wouldn't eat Reetsies anymore.
I want to say
It's the gonads of the sea urchin.
it's the roe.
No, not the eggs. It's the gonads.
What
The testicles.
The yellow stuff. The
yellow
orange.
stuff.
The orange stuff.
Yeah.
That's not eggs.
No.
I thought it was wrong too.
No.
I thought it was raw.
When you go to
It's sea
sushi,
urchin roe.
when you go to sushi, when you get sea urchin over rice, that's the reproductive system of the sea urchin.
AKA the roe.
Roe
No,
or
not
eggs?
the roe.
No.
Those
It's
are
not
eggs.
the roe.
Yeah.
All right.
Pull it
It's
out.
the male part of the.
Someone's got
You gotta
What are
pull
we
it
looking
out.
at?
pack it on.
Yes.
I drifted. I was
What is sea urchin?
okay. I was looking at periwinkles because I thought they were flowers. So I'm
And you
like,
live in Gloucester?
periwinkle.
50 pounds of flowers.
Yeah.
Well, you can smoke periwinkle. It's putting Happy Valley out of business. People are smoking periwinkle left and right.
Beach periwinkle. Beach periwinkle.
Oh.
So sea urchins and sushi. What are we trying to find out here?
What is a sea urchin?
Sea
No.
A
urchin.
sea urchin.
Get a picture of sea urchin roe. Type in sea urchin roe
No.
image.
Sea urchin.
No, because he knows he's going to be wrong. That's
No.
why he doesn't want to see it.
No.
Spiny globular animals.
Can you do me a favor?
What?
Can you type in sea urchin roe and then image?
Joe,
Google
whose show
image.
is this, Joe?
It's my show.
Type in sea urchin.
She's getting conflicting information right now. So there's that. Anyway.
Oh, roe. You don't want to know what I.
She's really fucking
Wow.
losing it today.
I'm sorry. I'm sorry. All right.
I thought it was a flower.
She
Let me
ate
see.
the eggs Benedict. and look what happened.
There you go.
Hello.
It's been in the bottle.
Yeah.
It's uni.
Yes.
Uni. Yeah.
And while referred to as the roe, eggs, uni is actually the animal's gonads,
Wow.
which produce the milk for the roe.
We
And,
produce the milk for the roe.
It did say that. It's
And
referred to
the-
as the roe.
You like roe to hoe.
It's already got roe in it.
Very good.
and the sea animal portion of our program.
So
education
that explains it. It's all in the marketing because they want to call
Yes.
it roe,
Yes.
but it's
right.
really the fucking
Yeah.
nuts.
Yeah.
Wow.
I was with you. I thought so
Yeah.
too. That's what I was always told.
Yeah, and that's the guy from Maritime Glossary.
That's
Yeah,
maritime science.
yeah.
Maritime
Yeah.
They don't let him into the wet lab.
Yeah, they don't.
I'll let him in there.
They come in with my name.
This is Gloucester Jeopardy.
So Joey, everyone was well behaved this year.
Yeah,
Yeah. Easy summer.
easy summer, except the lost kids. We had about, 15.
15 lost
Yeah.
Are
kids.
you kidding me?
Have they been found?
Oh yeah, they found.
Oh, you know what? That doesn't kind of surprise me.
Yeah,
They all.
wandering the beach.
Over the course of the whole summer, they're not lost for overnight.
No,
They're lost for like a parent, like the kid wanders
2
off,
minutes.
and the
Enough to
parent like
terrify
loses
their
their mind. And,
Yeah.
Best one was would have a high tide comes in. Guess where the kids are?
Yeah,
Stuck
Out
on
there.
the
yeah.
stuck on the island.
Oh Jesus!
No,
Yeah.
really?
The lifeguard has to go there with the
Really? Oh my God, that's a
Bring it.
classic.
Which
Yeah.
beach has most lost kids?
Yeah,
Good harbor.
Good.
Well, it's a bigger beach. Is it
probably
bigger?
especially lower tide.
Yeah.
Either they go to the island or to the footbridge.
Yeah.
Jesus.
So in our series of whose fault is it when the kids get lost?
It's
Is
the
it the
kid,
kid's
yeah.
fault or is
The
it the
kid.
parents' fault?
I say both.
Listen, here's the thing. Like in today's Karen culture, like where everyone is dying to fucking like judge other people's, actions or lack of actions and stuff. Like, yes, you're supposed to keep your eye. I guarantee every parent at one time or
Yeah.
another has lost track of
Oh,
their
yeah.
child and had that oh shit moment, like at the mall
Yeah.
or at the beach, where there's maybe 30 seconds or a minute or whatever, whatever time that you are horrified.
Yeah.
And I don't know that there's a worse feeling
Yeah.
than that time. And to pass judgment on
No.
a
Yeah.
blanket statement that that's a bad mom or that's a bad person, probably every person has had that
Yeah.
experience.
At once at Disney.
Oh,
Oh.
wow.
Yeah,
Well,
yeah.
you know they
That
were
was
safe
just
in
the-
At
Disney.
least you know.
Actually, I didn't.
Did they when you go to Disney, did the kids have to have wristbands?
Now they do.
I would think, yeah.
Really?
Identification.
That's the pass that you
No,
get in.
my daughter's too old for
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, wow.
But Connor was 6. We were in Puerto Rico and he disappeared. And we looked in the pool. He was in the pool looking up under the water.
Oh my
Yeah,
God.
I mean,
Oh.
this all happened in a 10-second.
Yeah, right.
It felt like a
Yeah.
lifetime.
them.
But
Yeah, no, that's the thing.
I actually had to throw one family off the beach.
you did?
Oh yeah.
You manhandle him?
No, the kid was giving the lifeguards a hard time, calling her name, swearing at her.
Wow.
Really?
And I says, "Hey buddy, listen to the lifeguard. No jumping off the bridge." Next minute,
They're jumping off the
Off
footbridge.
the
Yeah.
footbridge? Hopefully I
next
died.
minute, they're back there again. I went to the parents and says, "Get your stuff. Meet me at the bridge. You're out of here."
Wow.
There you go.
Right?
How did it feel?
Kind of the mother blamed the son.
Whose fault is it?
I spent $35 for parking. You know, thing.
That's a rare thing nowadays that the mother actually the helicopter moms usually are like ready to blame everybody
Yeah.
else.
My son wasn't jumping off the bridge.
Yeah, that wasn't his fault.
Put the bridge
That's
there.
pretty-
Yeah.
He videotaped them. Brilliant.
Well, yeah, because you have backup, right? So if anybody says anything different, so you got that going for you. So I have this issue. I don't know if anybody else. So I'm just going to touch on this briefly, but it's an issue that I have because Kate's a light sleeper, right? I switched from Android to iPhone 2 years ago. I'll never go back to Android. I am all in. The one problem that I have with the phone is that you can't separate out the alarm volume with your your alert, your notification
Oh, I
volume.
didn't even realize that.
So, like every morning, I have to get up my alarm goes off at 3:25 a.m. for work, and if I forget, you have to use the rocker volume thing to get it down. If I forget, it goes off super super loud,
Yeah.
and she's up for the rest of the night at 3:25. She can't get back to bed.
Yeah.
I wish there was a way, and there isn't because I looked it up. I wish there was a way that you
So
could.
whose fault is that? Is that
It's my
Apple's
fault.
fault?
No,
or
it's
is
my
it
fault.
Your fault? Or is
It's
it
my fault if I don't remember, but I have to remember every single night to toggle the volume all the way to the lowest setting because I can wake up on it barely.
When did you get the vibrating pillow from?
Yeah.
From Apple.
They have that?
Yeah.
Shake a week.
Shake weight.
No, it's seriously.
Really?
There's a
Yeah.
little thing. It's been before phones. They have this little thing. It's called Shake Awake, and it's on your body, and it just it progressively gets harder and harder.
I bet you some
Yeah.
Progressively,
Nice.
just starts shaking.
It's harder and harder, and it vibrates. I bet you more people are buying this for sex toys than they are for.
Okay, well,
I was-
discontinued.
I apologize.
I got one for you.
Okay,
I put
Amazon.
batteries in this
Here's
thing
the
like
Amazon.
20 years ago.
Currently
I'm not running
unavailable.
out
They're
yet.
apparently very popular.
Crazy.
Shake awake?
Shake away.
Currently unavailable.
You bought one 20 years ago?
I had one 20 years ago.
Wow.
Still have it. It's like hanging up because I found it in a box and the batteries were still on, still ticking. Perfect time. And I
Wow.
was like, wow. So it's hanging up in my garage and
Can you
I'm
give it to
waiting for a
Joe?
battery that, yeah,
Try
Joe,
it?
if you want
Joe,
it.
you gotta test it. You gotta test it out.
I will try it. I will
Yeah.
definitely try it.
You gotta make sure you
For
put it on
waking
your
up though, right?
Yeah, for waking up.
I don't want it back if you're
Yeah.
using it for the other things.
Well, you say it shakes.
Well,
And it gets hard. So I think it's more of a female thing. If it shakes, it vibrates, and it gets hard, I think that would be more of a female.
check
I can't
please.
really find a use for it for myself. So anyway, Lisa Frontero Tilsey says use an alarm clock instead. That would be her solution. But then I have one more thing on my end table on my nightstand, which I'm trying to simplify. Anyway, we are here. Johnna Huntsman is here from Cape Ann Power Yoga.
Yes.
So we're gonna get to you right now. Sorry for you having to listen to all this
That's all right.
insanity.
It's the book. In fact.
So
Yeah.
Chris started his journey onto a healthier lifestyle about a month ago now.
Yeah.
About a month ago now. He inspired me to. I get enough physical work down here, but to eat more healthy, and I've actually started to use this Lose It app where it's a calorie counter and stuff like that, and I'm feeling better because of that. But the best I ever felt was back in my early 40s when I was working out 3 days a week with free weights and then 2 days a week with yoga. And to me, actually, now that I'm going to be 53 in a couple of weeks now,
Holy shit.
and I think that yoga is probably the best thing any person at our age could do.
Really?
So why don't, but that's coming from a novice. Why don't you explain to us why everybody else should be doing yoga?
So the yoga that I do and teach is heated power yoga, Baptiste power yoga. So the premise is the heat helps the muscles and the fascia stretch while you're doing the poses, and the breath control is part of conditioning your cardiovascular system. So it not only conditions your body, but it also assists with your mental space and your stress level and how you handle everyday, traffic, things that are late. I'm glad to know I wasn't as late, the most late.
Yeah.
And then, really, as far as it's like an overall practice. So it's physical, it's mental, and it's, beyond who you are. Which, really is so stress is like the silent killer. Everything begins with stress. Everything begins with your, how you handle situations, because disease stems from emotion. If you're repressing something, or if you're exposed to certain things you're not aware of. So yoga really brings you into the present moment, and it brings you into a place where you can recognize things that, you're going to start to filter out. It builds strength. It builds endurance. A 60-minute class that we teach at CAPI is going to work every muscle in your body, plus condition your mind-body connection, as well as your breath control. So, anybody can start this practice. We have people coming in who are brand new to yoga, and we can just teach them right from where they are. This morning's class I was in, there was 6 of us, and 2 people were over 50, over 60, rocking out the practice. One guy's doing headstand, the other woman's doing her thing. And then, we have young kids come in too. So we can start as young as our newest teacher. She was saying she was 17 when she started yoga.
Wow.
I think I did a class when I was 14, younger than that, with my mom. She introduced me to yoga. She's 85 now, does yoga every day.
Really?
Yep. Modified practice now, but definitely yoga. So, really anybody could do yoga. You could walk in the studio and be like, I'm brand new, I don't know, I can't touch my toes. I love people who say, I can't touch my toes. Do it. Just come to class, get on the mat, and just see what happens. But the thing that people say when they're like, I can't do yoga, I'm not flexible. But you don't get flexible unless you try.
Right.
And do it.
Yeah. Gotta start, like the whole thing. Every time, the whole thing is taking that first step.
Yeah.
I mean, I like, so I get just a quick analogy. Like my lawn at the house was a mess, right? Well, we ripped out these hedges, but it's also, there's a bunch of brown spots and stuff like that, right? And when I did, so I'm a research guy, right? So I get on YouTube and I see how to repair a fucked up lawn. And it says, it's all of, that was my, those exact, the search terms that I used. But what all the videos said the same thing is like, okay, you sow this, you prepare the thing, the soil, you lay the seeds, but you're not going to see any germination for 10 days, but you have to water it like constantly up until that 10 days. And so you sit there like, oh God, I'm just like, and then you're not sure if it's going to work or anything like that, right? And then if you procrastinate and you don't do it, you're stuck with a shitty lawn forever and ever. Because you didn't take that first step.
That's right.
So then, so I downloaded this Lose It app, right? And I'm logging my calories, and it says, oh, you can put, with this particular app, you put in how much weight, what's your goal, what your physical kind of acumen is, activity, your age, and your current weight. And it kind of says, based on this, you'll reach that goal within 2 months' time. For me, it was like 2 months' time, you'll reach the goal that you want to be at. And in the beginning, I'm like, 2 months' time is a good thing there, right? But like, if you don't take that first step, you'll never. So now I've been done better. I've lost 5 pounds in like 10 days or something.
And you have grass.
And I have grass. But like the whole idea is to just get, even though it may seem like, when the grass started coming in, like, oh my God, I should have done this so long ago. It's the same thing with getting started. And maybe it isn't yoga for you. Maybe it's weightlifting. Maybe it's walking. Maybe it's, but you have to. So what do you say to people? Like, what is your pitch?
Just keep coming. Just keep practicing.
Yeah.
And
Think about yourself.
Those 5 calories turn into 10, Joey, if you do some yoga.
So
Or 5 pounds, my apologies.
What's that?
The 5 pounds you lost turns into 10 if you show up to yoga.
Yeah, that's right. Well,
gain weight?
So the premise of the heated power yoga is that you're cleansing from the inside out. So you are burning calories.
Yeah.
If you're doing a 90-minute practice at the studio, you can burn from 400 to 600 calories.
Wow.
Right on your yoga mat. So it's exactly it. Like you're gonna walk in the studio, and if you practice like once a week, it's gonna take longer to see results. But if you practice 3, 4, 5 times a week, you'll see it. So I say it's like brushing your teeth. You want to do it every day.
Yeah. When you get like that, when we get older, you're not here yet, but when you get older, right? Just to get out, and you're sedentary, especially if you have like a desk job or something like that, just to get out of a chair is a fucking process.
Yeah.
It's a process, and there's aches and stuff like that. Paul, how old are you? No, you don't have to answer that. You don't have to answer that. But you practice yoga.
So I used to run every day. I walk 4 to 6 miles a day, and I do about 30 to 40 minutes of stretching and yoga every day.
And do you have any problems getting out of a chair?
No.
There you go. No, because
I know.
I mean, look, wait, you laugh. I was 10 years ago, before I started doing anything like that, I was working a very strenuous job down here, but in the winter it got so slow, I would look forward to just being sedentary, sitting on the couch watching sports and not doing anything. And over the 4 months where it's really slow of the winter, my body would just tighten up.
Yeah.
And you'd feel like crap. And and Paul was probably, maybe if he's 10 years older than me, could probably jump right out of a chair. And I'm like, having issues trying to get out of a chair.
Yeah. Try 20 years old.
Mm-hmm.
Well, you don't look 20 years old.
No.
So there you go.
No.
This year with
It's yoga.
yoga too, everyone's been inside so much.
Yeah. Yeah.
It's like that winter, we had another 4 months of winter almost.
And
Right.
intensified because the
Yeah.
gyms were closed. Yoga,
Right.
If you're not doing it at home.
Exactly. So June hit, and normally I'm a little bit better in June, not this year.
Yeah. This
year.
year's thrown it all off.
So go to yoga.
Yeah,
Yeah.
come to yoga.
Cape Ann Power Yoga. And you guys have early classes too.
We do, yeah. So I teach 5:30 in the morning.
Oh, so you get Dirt Murray.
I love Dirt Murray.
I hear Dirt going out. I live across the street from
Oh,
him. Tear
okay.
dirt truck every morning. Oh, I know where
Yep,
he's
he's
going.
going to yoga. Yeah, so we have 5:30 a.m. Monday through Friday.
Yeah.
Weekend 7:30 a.m. So if you're still an early riser, you can come down. And everything is we have 5 yoga spots in the room, and then we're doing everything Zoom. So we'll always do Zoom. People can practice from home
Wow.
and dial in, and just register online through MindBody, and we send you the link via email. So we have people practicing. Today was Boston, somewhere down south, Maryland, and local people in Gloucester who may not be ready to roll into the studio, or they just like, oh, can't get there on time, but I can practice from home.
Yeah.
How cool is that?
Well, we've nominated GMG Jimmy to start yoga and report back after 3 sessions, Jimmy. So,
All right, Jimmy,
will
you're
you
on
accept the challenge,
you're on
Jimmy?
the spot right now.
If I can get out of this chair, yeah. Sure.
So are you going to go with him?
I'll go with him.
Will you go with him?
You can come to Kathy.
Yeah,
Okay.
Okay.
we're going to accept the yoga challenge.
That's it.
The yoga.
Yoga
Three
challenge has
three
been
sessions,
accepted.
and we're going to come back and we're going to report on it.
Are you going to take some measurements, like how far he can touch, how far down his legs he can touch? She's pulling it up.
Jimmy, happy birthday.
Jimmy's-
There's no excuses.
Appointment card.
No
this is our
excuses. Happy
gift
birthday,
to you.
Jimmy.
And
No excuses.
But
you
I,
were wondering what your favorite birthday
but I'm
was.
not.
Can I just see? I'm gonna put it in front of the. I'm gonna put it in
Oh,
front
here
of
we
the.
go. Thank you.
Let me see.
So do me a favor. You guys have to. I'm going to give you my phone number, or
Oh, we have to call it in?
register before class.
Okay.
Okay.
But I'm not showing up if Jimmy wears, something like yoga tight ish.
In
You
Brown
can't
Mall.
wear any tight clothing into this.
Brown's Mall.
You're supposed to wear
Oh,
Oh,
clothing.
yeah, 180.
I thought it was.
Actually, do they have
Great.
naked yoga? Is
No.
there such a thing?
There is
No.
such a thing, but it was not happening at Cappy.
No, I'm not. I mean, probably
well,
some.
I got to rethink it. Because
I think Joey's got some breaking news.
So it's got some breaking news.
Delay again. NFL postponing Week 5 matchup between Broncos and Patriots.
Oh, it's
After
official.
report positive test in New England.
It's officially because I
officially.
earlier I wrote that I saw that they were talking about it. Now it's official. It's off.
ESPN,
So they don't have it.
ESPN.
Thank you. They don't. So they don't have it. Do they have a makeup date yet?
No.
No.
Moved to next
So this
Sunday.
goes back to the conversation we had last
says-
week or the week before about is there going to be a Super Bowl?
Right.
Remember? We
Yeah.
had a little vote.
I,
Well, I'm going to say they're going to cancel the NFL.
yeah. I don't see them getting through.
ESPN is saying next Sunday.
ESPN.
Espen.
ESPN.
Double header.
So they're talking about that. They're gonna. They're trying because there's so much money involved.
Oh, yeah.
I don't see how. And the only reason there's just so many players in the NFL. There's I don't know what a roster is. 60 men on an NFL roster or something like that.
Well,
Plus all the coaches.
And the Patriots players are saying that they don't trust the NFL protocols and they're take care of themselves now.
Oh, really?
That was the latest.
So there we go.
Yeah, here we go.
So
There we go.
that's the ship starting.
I think they're just going to need to move straight to playoff.
Whose fault is
They
it?
have an expanded playoff.
Yeah.
Connor, whose fault is it these days?
Whose fault is it? Joey.
Bill Belichick's mother.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know if you noticed, but look at what Connor's wearing.
He's got his Azorian T-shirt on.
I think there's a story behind it.
There is.
I got a bottle of wine, Portuguese wine, and got a free T-shirt with it. So I was like, all right, let's get it. And now the back have some islands, Azorean Islands.
Oh.
It's good tea.
So I don't understand. You went there. If you order a bottle of wine, they give you a T-shirt,
Yeah, you might have to.
or did you have something to do with like the?
No, it was good. Good Portuguese wine, and they're all wearing the shirts. They're like, yeah, you got a bottle of wine, so here's a shirt.
Didn't you mention GMG?
Yeah, so Andrea, who works there, yeah, good point. She is an avid viewer, so I wonder if she's
She
listening.
might
I asked
be
her to
watching.
tune in. Yeah, and Andrea, she loves it. She talks about the food that we bring on the podcast, and is very excited to have a T-shirt representing. So
God bless her.
Very
God
good.
bless her. Okay, we should do our food rundown, I guess. So this week, I went with the girls on Friday night to Oliver's Harbor again because they love that place. I love that place. I got raviolis and so this is I allow myself. So through the app,
The app says I can.
Yeah.
The app says I can.
Yeah.
No, the
It's
app.
only one
So you
ravioli.
count. So you count
Yeah.
calories, and like so if you have some to a bunch at the end of the day, you kind of like goof off a little bit. So I had truffle and corn mushroom raviolis. They were everything I've gotten there. Every single thing I've gotten there has been phenomenal. I can't say enough good things about that place. Studio, I think today might be the last day for the studio for the season. It was,
Yeah.
they was
Usually this
telling us.
weekend, yeah.
No, usually it's actually they go to Halloween.
Oh, okay.
But I think it's gonna be. They're looking at the weather, and it doesn't look like it's gonna be good weather. So I think today might be the last day. You guys have any good meals that you want to report on?
I went off island Friday night to Sabatino's in Wakefield, one of my favorites. It was a restaurant that we would frequent when they were in the North End over by Boston Garden. They had a small little place, and he got real popular and decided to move up to Wakefield and get a bigger location. And
Did you get the tripe?
I did. I got the appetizer-sized tripe, and my wife had to sit at a separate table while I ate it because it had a nice smell permeating from
I'm
it.
disappointed in you
What?
because you've been talking about bringing me to this place for.
You were
for-
busy.
No,
I'll go.
but
I'll
like-
go again tomorrow. I love the
Maybe
place.
we'll go Saturday.
Let's do it.
All right. Because I really want to go there because
Yeah.
you talk about it nonstop.
Oh yeah.
It's one of
That's
those
very
places that we got to check.
What is it?
It's called Sabatino's
In Wakefield.
in downtown Wakefield, right across from Artichokes. I know
If you're going that far,
Artichokes.
you better go to Bob's. Then.
What's
Bob's.
Bob's?
Somerville.
Bob's.
The
Bob's.
grocery store.
Oh, is that
Italian-
is that the one that we were trying to figure
Oh,
out?
maybe.
Yes.
Oh
Bob's,
my
the
God!
Italian-
He just sent me a picture the other day. That place is
It's
ridiculous.
great.
Yeah.
Bob's,
Better-
and that's Somerville, not
Somerville.
Medford, not Medford.
Well, it's Medford. You're right. It's in Medford.
There
It's
you
right
go.
on the border.
Bob's,
Yeah.
because that's how we couldn't figure it out because we're thinking Italian
Yeah,
name
you're
and it's
trying
like
to-
Bob's.
Yeah.
Oh wow, that was
Roberto's.
that.
Yeah,
Oh,
yeah.
that prosciutto
Short
sandwich that they just kept slicing
Oh,
the
it's
prosciutto and just stacking it on there. That's when we got your Boston Whaler that time.
Yeah.
So we got that going for us. So I'm going to bring this up because Howard Stern signed a 1-year deal for $120 million, which I don't have a problem with, and I think, good for him.
Are you suggesting you want to raise in your salary?
I want all you guys are going to get more money. No, but this is the problem that I have with the report. The problem that I have with the report is that they call Howard Stern the king of all media, right? And I think like 15 years ago, I think that was absolutely legitimate to call him the king of all media. But now, because he's behind the paywall of the Sirius satellite, and only a fraction of people can access it and listen to him, how can you consider that person the king of all media when, like, I feel like there are, like, I would say, like, your generation, and I would consider Dave Portnoy from Barstool Sports the king of all media right now.
GMG and Barstool.
Right there. Right there. My daughters would probably say Charlie D'Amelio on TikTok is like the queen of all media or whatever. But like, would you agree with me that because Howard Stern is behind a paywall, that like it's not accurate to call him the king of all media anymore? And because it's only a radio show, he doesn't do anything else. He's not making books anymore, right? He's not because back then he was publishing and everything else.
I think it probably has everything to do with ad dollars.
Yeah.
I mean, regardless of how much he does beyond radio, I mean, I got to imagine that he's bringing in some serious cash for the little that he does.
Well, I think that the number of people that will get Sirius that like are specifically getting it because of him because they can't get it otherwise.
Yeah.
It's definitely they're making they're looking at the numbers and they say it's worth it, right?
Right.
Because otherwise they wouldn't pay it.
Right.
But at the same time, I make the analogy of like the tree that falls in the woods. If no one heard it, did it make a sound?
Yeah.
Is that fair? Is that a
Yeah,
fair
absolutely.
thing? So I just thought that was interesting.
Well, and the media are so fractured now because there's so many mediums that, back in the day when there was like 3 television networks and whatever, I mean, then someone could be the king or queen of the media.
Yeah.
Because there was so much more concentrated.
Now
It was print, it was radio, print,
and TV.
television. That was pretty much it.
Yeah, and TV was networks. It was the 3.
Back then it was
yeah.
And beepers.
Beepers.
Remember beepers?
Remember
And then-
pagers?
and remember- yeah, pagers. Nextel. Remember Nextel?
I want to take this time to remind our listeners to please share it. We're going to raffle off a fantastic
Extra small shirt.
limited
Stick on that thing.
limited edition T-shirt. Do we have many people sharing it?
I only have 5.
Yeah.
So you have a really
Forward this only to your small friends.
so you only have there's a very good chance of winning because there's only 5 shares so far. So if you
Ooh.
share it.
Who shared it?
I
Who
did.
shared it?
Well, let me mention this because I promised I would and I don't want it to get biased. Mary Sayula.
Shula.
Shula?
Jesus Christ, you.
I'm having a hard time
You
with
are
the,
having You're
Too many
having
margaritas. She had too
Family
many
names.
margaritas.
Lemon drops.
the family name.
Lemon drops.
Would like to be considered to be invited as a super fan.
Okay.
Yeah.
We'll take
We
that
like
under
all
advisement.
that.
Did she
Yep.
share it?
She hasn't. I will share. She says.
Well, if she shares it,
Share it first.
like, what is the
Share
part?
it,
Look, what's the part about like we asking our super fans to
Yeah.
share it and they don't share it?
Right.
We're going to need your social security number to do a background
For your
check.
pay- for
Corey
your
check.
pay.
Corey
We're gonna do a Corey check.
And your PIN number. From
Yeah.
KSA.
Yeah. No
And send us a deposit of $1,000.
So my next topic has to do with rooting against Tom Brady, which I am this year. I am rooting against Tom Brady, and I know that may or may not be a popular opinion. I am thankful, and I've said this before on this podcast. I'm thankful for everything he's done. I think he's a classy guy, and I'm appreciative. But I'm a Patriots fan first. All right, Mary Schuler just shared it, so you can put her into the pile. But like, I am actively watching Tampa Bay games and rooting for them to lose.
If you did some yoga, maybe you know what down it was.
He does do yoga.
All right.
He does Baptist
Not enough
karaoke.
right now.
Does he?
Oh,
The
does
same
he?
yoga you.
Yes.
Really?
Ah.
He looks great. He looks. I mean, he's thinking that.
Can you make me look like Tom Brady?
She just laughed. There's nothing. She just like, forget about it. Does someone else need the card? Someone else take the card. Someone else take the free pass.
Yeah.
You're a hopeless cause. Basically what she just said is you're a hopeless cause. Don't get started. In her words, like basically what she said to you, her whole mantra of you just gonna get started just went right out the fucking window because there's no hope for you. There you go. So we got that going.
I can
for
make
us.
you look like John Candy, but not.
Joan Kimberly. Did Joan Kimberly share it?
I haven't got her name. No.
Because she's just.
There are no other comments today?
There's
People quiet?
well, one person did a shout out to Joey Foote here. Let me see if I can find
He
it.
says he's looking good.
Robert something, if I'm remembering correctly. Robert Annette Sparks.
You know, Robert
Thanks.
Sparks.
Sorry.
Jesus Christ.
I just found out. I just found out what Spanx were.
Come on.
Do you know what?
What?
I just
Well, it
found.
I
is-
thought periwinkles were
People aren't
flowers.
really supposed to know what they
No one's supposed to know.
do
Right.
because
Right.
when somebody's wearing Spanx, you don't want people to know you're wearing Spanx. You just want people to see the
The result.
thank you.
So what? So explain to me what the premise.
It's kind of like holds it in. So
Yeah,
if you're wearing something that's form fitting and you don't want certain parts of your body to overflow onto
Like a muffin top.
yes.
Yeah.
So
It holds in the muffin top.
but yoga is Spanx for your body. Just so
She's trying to redeem herself.
I'm back going. I don't wear Spanx. I just
Yeah.
Just a yoga.
Are you related to? So wait, your last name is Huntsman.
yes.
So you're related to David?
David
No.
DeAngelis?
Oh, David DeAngelis. No, his what? What's his wife?
Elizabeth.
Elizabeth.
Yes, that is my sister.
Sister. Yeah, okay. That's what
Yes.
I was trying to get to that. Yeah.
Wait,
Yeah, so David and Elizabeth own Cape Ann Power Yoga.
I just want to back
Oh,
up a
okay.
little bit. If I go to this, I get spanked.
If you don't pay attention.
If you don't pay attention, we have stick.
And you still have to wear clothes.
And goats are involved.
Oh, do you have the goats? Do you have the
No.
goats that dance on your back?
No.
What are your thoughts about goat yoga?
No.
Is goat yoga a real thing?
I
Is it a
guess so.
gimmick?
People do it, but we don't do that.
It's more of a massage than a yoga thing.
I don't understand it at all. I think it's
Yeah.
weird.
Yeah.
I do. I think like their little hooves are pointy and they
Yeah.
poke at you.
And they scoop on you.
I don't get it.
Do they clean the hoof?
Yeah.
I don't know anything about it.
Oh.
I don't know.
Yeah. The Lafadas did it.
It's yoga and acupuncture together.
I would really suggest you do the Zoom class for her.
Yeah.
No, you have to be front and center.
No, you have your friend Senate. Can we put a video camera in there for that? For just a brief portion of it?
Well, I
Because that
can,
would be-
I can do a selfie.
No,
Selfie video.
I want to see fucking him struggle. I need to
Struggle?
see Jimmy struggle with the yoga.
Hey,
I want to see the.
He's
I want to see
going.
the
He'll be
pre.
there.
I want to see video of because we have to document how far he can touch down to his toes, and then in a couple of weeks we want to document how much the progress is.
Yeah.
That is the listen. That's what people want. If
Yeah,
they-
progress.
if we're
You're
doing
on now.
if we're pimping this place, there's nothing. It's just like with the solar panels, right? Well, there's nothing better than showing that solar bill with a credit on it, right?
Right.
So
Progress. That's the same as.
is Felicia with us, my sister?
Yeah.
Hey, good morning, Felicia. I haven't
Good
seen my
morning,
sister
Felicia.
forever.
Could be.
I know, we gotta get together.
I know we
I guess
gotta
so.
do something.
It was hopefully it was
We should say where it is.
tomorrow, but now there's no football game tomorrow.
No football game. So but I got off track on my thing. So I'm rooting against Tom Brady like the way I root against LeBron James. But I just want to say this: there's a difference between because I consider both of them. I consider LeBron James better than Jordan now. I wouldn't have said that 5 years ago, but now I don't think it's disputable.
Even
Anyway,
if he loses the final,
yes,
Really?
yeah, because he's I think he's just I think he's unbelievable.
He does yoga.
fair point.
So, but anyway, I think that there's the difference between Tom Brady and being the GOAT, a living GOAT, an active GOAT, and LeBron James is that I believe that Tom Brady is still like who he is and a real person and stuff like that. But I believe that LeBron James is just a fake douchebag. That's my take.
Joey,
How
what
do you really
think?
feel about that, Joey?
I feel-
Is that what-
That's
a
well
nuance.
said.
Tell us how you really feel.
I got that
What my
going.
client
Nothing
meant to
so
say.
subtle. Tell us what you mean.
He's listening in right now.
Yeah.
I know, Joe. What if he's
Yeah.
listening right before the game tonight?
No, it's not that game.
I want to make sure I'm not missing something. Someone will yell at me if they need anything. So dredging has restarted in the Annisquam, Paul.
Yeah. The dredge came in about a week or so ago. It's parked in Lobster Cove during the day, and then they're out. They're doing the bar out by the lighthouse,
Right.
and they'll do that for a couple of weeks, and then they have to wait until November to come back up, do the section between the railroad bridge and the Lindman Canal.
What are they doing with the silt? Are they bringing it?
They're taking it out.
Taking it
They
out.
take it out. Yeah.
Yeah. We would go.
You almost hit it. That's right. Yeah.
2 weeks. Was it 2 weeks ago?
You did.
We were going to our secret spot, and we saw them out there by the.
Yeah.
They were out by
So they-
Hodgkins Cove, I thought.
Yeah, so they're between the Annisquam Lighthouse and Hodgkins Cove, and if you there's actually I shared it with you, Joey. There's a map from 1831 which shows the bar at Wingershee extending all the way out across almost to Hodgkins Cove.
Wow.
And it says on the map dry at low water, and then there's a black buoy to black buoy to starboard if you're coming in, and a white buoy to port, and there's 6 feet. There's a cut. There's 6 feet at low water coming across the bar. So they were bringing these boats, big schooners and all, and coming up into. They were building them in Lobster Cove, and then like they do in the Essex River, just waiting till the tide and taking them out. But so they've been dredging forever. I mean, that's 1831.
Wow. So and that was interesting to me because I thought that and you told me that the Blenheim Canal was actually done in the 1600s.
Yeah, so Reverend Blinman was the first reverend of the church in the settlement, the Gloucester settlement, and he organized the digging of that canal to connect the harbor. Yeah.
So is there still land connected underneath the water? That's what I can't get my mind around. Like once it's digged, like once it's fully dug, is there an attachment of land underneath the canal?
Well, yeah. I mean, there's a bottom.
Yes. Was because that was dug. That entire canal was dug.
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah. There was I don't know. It's probably been greatly improved over the centuries, but there was a cut made.
It's amazing that there was that kind of
1600.
manpower.
Yeah. Oh, it's fascinating when you look at what they did.
Yeah.
So back even in the late 1700s, early 1800s, they were, well, actually it was later because they were bringing, but in the 1800s, they were bringing, schooners were bringing coal into Gloucester Cove. And there was a big coal wharf just about where the Anscombe Yacht Club is, that you take the turn into the cove there. And then they were taking, the same schooners were taking paving blocks, granite paving stones out.
Cobblestones?
Yeah, cobblestones, yeah. And quarrying, although the quarrying wasn't really great there because it's that blue, Cape Ann blue granite that's very hard. Doesn't cut as well.
That was actually one of the busier ports.
Yeah.
By Anscombe there. It's cool how the environmental changes and how it, as it filled in and such, swapped out the economic changes and social changes. I'm getting all deep here, but it's really quite a story.
Yeah.
It really is.
Yeah.
It was, that's how, that's why Anscombe, the whole village is there in the first place, because it was one of the more active ports. And it fed the whole Gulf of Maine.
Yeah, if you go, if you're coming down River Road where the little marina is, where the market restaurant.
Yep.
Yeah. So right opposite that, there's a sign, one of the historic, tricentennial signs. 1621 or something. There was a company of fishermen from Plymouth Colony came up and established a fishing station. Right on River Road there, right at
Talise.
Yeah, right at Talise, right across from there. And they had the racks for drying fish, and
Wow, that's very cool. Yeah. So is Gloucester an island?
Well, it would be now because of the
right. Yeah. But some people
no, it was
so probably the better question. It wasn't. So it was connected where the Blyman is.
Yes,
Blyman Bridge.
Yeah.
What was dredging tools back in the day? What were they using to do the dredging? You said they've been doing it since.
Yeah, that's the 1600s. I wonder what they were using.
Granite blocks and horses.
Yeah, I would think.
Or steam or something along those lines. Or just, be dragging the bottom, literally dragging the bottom with something, heavy like that from the side or from probably not so much from a boat, although I'm sure.
Well, they would have built a wall. And then dug out.
They could have been scooping, as they went ashore, kept a dam.
Did they get proper permits to do that?
They had no EPA.
So, Michael, at Maritime Gloucester, do you guys acknowledge North Gloucester and as part of
We're
Gloucester?
not Maritime East Gloucester.
That's a great answer.
We are Maritime Gloucester, buddy.
That's a great answer.
We are the Gloucester Heritage Center. All of it.
Yeah, but Michael's right. The whole sort of center of gravity of Gloucester was focused on the river.
Yeah.
And in fact, Dogtown and where the Babson House. I mean, that was the settlement.
That was the thing.
It wasn't the harbor.
No. And the harbor, and when the harbor started producing, people moved out to that.
Yeah.
Never rubber bank. That bridge would be right up.
Yeah.
No way you get out.
Never Robert Bank.
Yeah.
If they put that bridge up, they're screwed.
You can get out.
Yeah. Good point.
The cameras nowadays.
Yeah.
I remember coming up here as a kid before the 128 bridge, before the Andrew Bridge was built.
Oh yeah.
And you'd come up through Manchester, and you'd come up.
That's right.
And 127.
Yeah.
And they had the train back then.
Yeah, they had the train, but they had you'd come up.
And speaking of commerce and stuff like that, Magnolia, because the train would go by there, right?
Yeah.
So that they had these enormous hotels, 1,000.
So there was a place called the Magnolia Casino.
Really?
It was real. I mean, a destination. It was like a big dance hall, and it was.
There was huge.
Booming.
I'm talking about people, and there's these huge fires because of the way they built these places. They were just air tunnels to feed fires. There was no code. They didn't understand. They built these big Victorian hotels that were if it got started, there's no stoppage.
Yeah.
There's a reason why there's building codes that have these fire doors and stuff that will contain fires. And these things were just enormous, like 1,000-room hotels and stuff like that. Several of them. There was more than one in Magnolia, and Lexington Ave was like a hot spot. Like they had these, they had like boutiques, like because these people came from the city.
They had to.
It was like going to the Hamptons, like coming here.
They had to get out.
Yeah, they had
You had to get out. You had to get to the sea.
right.
Well, so the hill up in Ennisquam, right above the corner of the river, Adams Hill, there were 3 or 4 of these large hotels up there. Back in the day.
Yeah. Well, I posted something a few months ago. I was taking a walk along Atlantic Road. And they had a big hotel there. I think was it Thailand.
Oh, the
connection.
Yeah, the king of Thailand was here, and he gifted something, so they have a plaque.
Yeah, they
but one of the buildings, huh?
Yeah, the plaque on the wall.
Yeah, the plaque on the wall,
brick wall.
Right.
Yeah, which looked like a big palatial.
So I think he
hotel.
came over here for education.
Right.
And then like he came to the area and they built like a big house. I think
the hotel.
But there's a hotel.
Yeah.
But there's also the house on the end of the picturesque. They call it the postcard house on the spit of land between Bass Rocks and Good Harbor Beach.
Right.
That house on the end.
Yeah.
Was I think was built by that king.
That king.
There's a comment here from Nina and the last names I'm not even going to try.
Nina Testaverde. How do you have a hard time with Testaverde? Not Verde. Testaverde.
Nina. That's a comment.
They come by train and then stagecoach into Magnolia.
Yeah.
So there you go. Nina is involved at the Cape Air Museum.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, she reached out to us talking about having a podcast there.
Yeah, there's still a stagecoach on Cape Air.
Really?
The stagecoach, the coach that did the run from the train station through Riverdale and Aswan and Lanesville and all the way up. It's still here.
Where is it?
It's an old Concord coach. It's in the Aswan Historical Society building.
Oh, that's so cool.
Yeah, they're trying to restore
Can people
it.
go in there, or do they only reserve that for people from?
No, it's open. But this year it's not open.
It's not open now.
But yes, it's open, and it's got some.
That'd be worthwhile. That'd be a good field trip.
It's a good field trip.
Yeah, we can all sit
I never even
in the
think of it.
stagecoach.
It was built. It's an original the Concord coaches, which were built up in Concord, New Hampshire, which
Not to Amesbury.
all over the world, and it's there. It's beautiful.
Joey Foote, your family, how long you been on the island here?
I'm 55. Long time.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, there you go. We got that going for us.
You want to do the?
Coors
You want
Light.
to do the T-shirt?
No, not yet.
Okay.
I want to pimp it one more time.
All right.
So people that haven't shared, share the podcast, please. If you share the podcast, you have a chance to win.
An extra small.
It's not extra fucking small. It's a large. It's the only one. There was 12 of these made.
It's a youth one.
Gloucester Beach.
Small large.
I'm sorry, you're right. It's not extra small. It's a youth
Sorry,
large.
Joey.
And you see
And
large.
Joe only wore it 3 times.
I only. All the work I'm doing to try to promote this thing, I'm just trying to dust
Can you at least iron
So
it?
you're gonna have 5 minutes to share the podcast and write shared in the comment section. And
Oh, you gotta put sheer in there.
No, I got you. I got you.
don't tell people
Yeah,
that
me
they don't
too.
have to do that.
I'm
Yeah,
sorry.
Write shared.
What?
Thank you.
You have Johnna too?
She has it.
We're up to 10.
We're up to 10.
It's a race.
Nice. It is now.
Really
I like
11, but one bowed out of the.
Oh,
large
Paula Ryan
T-shirt.
O'Brien.
Yeah,
I saw that. But she can gift it.
I know. That's
Isn't
what I
it
told
good?
her.
All right.
I'm probably that large.
Yeah, she could give it to her sister. Did you share it?
Did I shared? No, I didn't. I shared your original. I always share the original. one.
Thanks, Pat.
Yeah, you're welcome.
Team player. I didn't talk about Flip the Bird. I went to Flip the Bird. So Flip the Bird is interesting to me. Not only do they have the incredible fried chicken sandwiches, but they have a model that there is no option. They will not take your order like face to face
Or over the phone.
or over the phone. They will not take it. You have to use the Toast app. That's the only way they are doing business.
Yeah. Okay.
And so if so if you go there, my suggestion is to order it because they fry to
Everything
order. So it's like a 20-minute process, and you go into the little vestibule. So when you place the order, they will text you back saying your order is ready. Then you get out of your car and go and get it, and then you leave. And only one person in the vestibule at a time. So they're super cautious of the whole COVID thing, but it wasn't set up that way. It was originally you could go in before COVID. I just find it very interesting that, because I feel like there are X amount of people that 100% will not place an order online. Like will not enter a credit card online, will not do that. So it's interesting to me that business model in this day, like I have no problem doing it. I'm sure that Connor has no problem doing it.
Well, now you can start a tab. Toast just released tab feature. So maybe if you want another sandwich or more fries, always getting more hungry, you can open up a tab. And
What's that mean? Open up a tab.
So without paying for it right away, so maybe you can order it. I'm not sure how it works at Foote the Bird. You can order 2 sandwiches and say if someone shows up that you want to have a sandwich with as well, you can just add to the tab and you don't have to close out, so you're not always doing it.
Oh, that's
so
interesting.
you don't have to order a second time.
Toast tab.
So
right.
until you pick up, the tab is open.
Yep, exactly.
And then they charge you. They charge you at the end.
Oh, that's interesting.
Turner's just released it at their restaurants.
Turners are innovators.
Yeah. Well, yes.
Huge fan of
And
Turner's
Foote the
Seafood.
Bird is down in Beverly,
It's in Beverly.
Cabot Street.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So it's kind of where what was the Wild Horse Cafe?
Wild Horse.
Yeah.
So if you're coming from exit 18, and you hit the stop sign, the intersection with the railroad tracks, the lights there.
Yeah.
Instead of going left towards what you would think of as Cabot Street, you take a hard right to go towards. Is that Rantoul there?
Well, no,
You're not going up
No,
Rantoul.
but it takes you down to
You're going-
Rantoul.
I'm not sure. It
Towards
takes
the
you
Cumming Center.
towards the Cumming Center.
Oh, okay.
Right.
Yeah.
So hard right at that intersection there, and it's deceiving. Like even when you type it in on the Google Maps or Apple Maps, it kind of shows. It's a weird thing. So you have to look on it on your right hand side. It's less than a quarter of a mile, and it's in a little strip mall. Worthwhile to go. Worthwhile to go.
But the good news is we won't have to drive there in a couple of weeks because Minglewood is going to have the Red Rooster.
The Red Rooster.
The Red Rooster. Is
We're
opening in a
hoping
couple
within
weeks.
a couple weeks, and
Yeah.
I'm dying to go
I'm dying. Yeah.
because I don't want to do that drive anymore. Because a lot of times I'm out of town with the girls, and they request it.
Yeah.
And it's out of the way.
Out of the way.
It's really out of the way to go into because it's in Beverly.
Yeah.
And out of Beverly. So it adds. So if you're coming off, even if you're at the highway at exit 18, you're going to add like 15 minutes to your route.
And
rather
Red
than just
Rooster
being in
will take
Gloucester.
care of that for you.
And Red Rooster will solve
gonna be
that
fried chicken.
problem for me.
Yeah. Fried chicken sandwiches. Multiple. Sandwiches.
Oh, Felicia shared it. Felicia
But
shared
it sounds like the menu is going to be small. You're going to have a couple bread choices. I'm sure fried or
broiled
or
grilled.
grilled. Thank you.
On the Weber Grill.
Of course, yeah, Weber Grill.
I have not mentioned yet Julie Borge at K9 Cuts. Can you find their Facebook page or whatever and put a link in there? Mary Shula, Red Rooster is at Minglewood Tavern. They're going to do a chicken sandwich place to go, and they're going to focus on the to-go aspect of it. But Julie Borge saved my wife because DC.
Are they going to be in the front room?
Yes.
Okay.
That's where the old Minglewood Tavern was.
Gotcha.
So what the new restaurant is called
Yeah,
Minglewood
Minglewood
Harborside,
Got it.
and that was where the old Minglewood Tavern was. And they're going to have a window to the street,
Oh,
right on the street.
very cool.
What's the matter?
I was trading them.
Oh, trade a sticker. There you go. You can put that on
Here
your,
we
in your
go.
car.
Where is Cape Ann Power?
It's in Browns Mall
There you
on
go.
at 186 Main Street on the second floor.
We shared it on the Facebook. We
Oh,
shared
good.
the Facebook link.
Awesome.
Is that where you would send people the Facebook link? Is that the link? Or would you say the website?
Or go to the website.
The website's a better.
Yeah, capeandpoweryoga.com.
You got that, Pat?
Yeah, it looked like it hadn't been updated, so I didn't do that one at first, but I'll do them both. Good idea.
Jimmy, 5:30 tomorrow morning.
5:30 tomorrow.
Yeah, Monday I'll be there.
Hot nut yoga.
If
There's
I
a
could
lot of
ask
guys
this
that
chair, you got it.
If we're tuning in through Zoom.
No, but I didn't get to DC my poop emergency with DC. Our cat.
No, we can't be delayed.
So midweek, DC took a shit in her litter box, but somehow or other,
Oh,
It's
Okay.
an animal.
Yeah,
It's not
you have
one of his kids.
you have some customers.
oh, good cat. Oh, thanks, Pat.
I mean, you could talk about food for children.
What's that?
I got. When we tune in through Zoom, is there like
Okay,
a?
why
You're gonna leave us on that-
No, I got to do this. So
Let's
can you, Michael? Can you take us through?
I will talk about
Talk about Maritime Gloucester. Thank you.
Oh, please, yes.
Maritime Gloucester. Take one.
Take one. Someone asked me a question.
How
Maritime
are things
Maritime
going at
we,
Maritime Gloucester?
we had the same year as everyone. You know, unfortunately, we were shut down, and by the time the state allowed us to open up, it was with such small groups of people. I think when we were figuring it out, it was something like we could let 17 people in and had to have 4 staff people.
Oh, wow.
To keep them separate in different rooms, and so we were gearing up for this fall, but again with the schools and the lack of field trips and things like this, we're still hoping that we can open up with some tours and get some stuff going here now that the state just changed the guidelines for museums. We're at 50. So now you can go to 50% of your capacity. So that helps out a lot, and I know Cape Ann Museum is opening up soon as well because of it, which is great. I think you're going to see some of the smaller museums like opening up again for that. But we had a good year on the water, and our partner Ardell. I mean, how great was it to see Ardell and Lannon just unfortunately Adventure just couldn't get on the water and hurt no one more than them. I mean, they really wanted to, but how great was it just seeing those vessels out there doing, making it work through charters and.
They did a great job.
They did a great job.
We went on the Lannon, and I felt safe, and they did a really good job of keeping people separate and
they both figured
sharing the experience. Right.
What's one of the plans that you had, like on the inside the museum? I mean, do you have like an hour? You can only have an hour, or you can only have.
Yeah. So what we'll probably end up doing is having a small group that's a guided tour. You're going to be brought through. We were looking at configurations. If you've been there, there's no quick through path.
Right.
It's you're doubling back on each other all the time. So we had to avoid that. But we'll probably end up doing. Hopefully for the holidays too, we might end up doing some tours. And we still don't know about Deck the Docks art show. We'll probably sell Christmas trees again. So we're looking forward to that.
Yeah, those were popular.
Yeah, they were. They really were. And other than that, the big drum roll announcement that I always say for Good Morning Gloucester, always have a big one, is we were really excited that we got the Cummings Foundation grant this year.
Great.
So
that is awesome.
It's $100,000 over 3 years. And what we're announcing today on Good Morning Gloucester is
breaking news
that we are the first $33,000 is going towards a new initiative that we have, which is we're creating the Maritime Science Center at Maritime Gloucester. So the wet lab, the old dive locker, and the wet lab, and the classroom, and the Sea Pocket Aquarium is all going to become a Maritime Science Center. We're going to move some of the outdoor aquarium inside so that we can do year-round programming.
That's awesome.
Because that's really important. Paul here knows. It's hard to get the kids in a seasonal aquarium, so they don't get that experience. So this is going to afford us to do it. So we're starting out with that, and we'll be announcing it more and more details soon.
That's great.
I'm here, so share the news, right?
That's great.
Yeah, so we're looking forward to that.
I wasn't expecting such big news. That's
big
great.
My teachers will be delighted.
Your teachers will be delighted, and I'm delighted to hear you say that, too, Paul, because
That is
that's
great.
the thing. We're hoping for more classroom space and a more a longer indoor experience. I mean, it's just so needed. You know, we serve last year pre-COVID. We had over 1,200 kids, students from the local schools in programs that were more than 2 programs each.
Oh,
so, you know,
wow.
so not just a visit.
That's a big
They come
number.
in and do
Yeah.
a program with us. So this will allow them to have that deeper experience, support the teachers. A lot of teachers need some support with science programming, and I say, you know, the COVID world has taught us what a pandemic can do, what disruption can have. Well, we have climate change right on our heels, and you think this is disruptive. There's a cure to this after the fact. There's no cure after the fact.
Were those 1,200 kids the ones that Joey found?
Those were, and they were the ones that,
That's where
they're just kids off they're good Harbor Beach. They just bring them to us, and we try to make scientists out of them and mariners out of them,
and then send them next door to GMG.
And then send them next door.
There you
Yeah, that's the whole point.
You're still going to do weddings and everything?
We're still doing all the events. That's outdoors under the tent. So yes, we're. Why do you have a plan?
I was asking for a friend because there's so many people who are planning their weddings. Even they just got married, they're planning for the next wedding.
And you have to.
Yes.
Actually, we had this summer's weddings were, you know, it was unfortunate. We had a summer full of weddings, and a lot of people pivoted to small ones. We're going to see a lot of people that waited to get married, and we're going to see a lot of people that got married and now are having a 1-year anniversary, a year out. So we're working on that. Yeah, if you have a friend that wants to do something at Maritime Gloucester next year, they should get on it, because, you know, this whole summer
all the venues are going to be
all of them are going to be swamped.
Yeah.
We had yesterday. We heard the village church bells ring for the first time since March, and a local family had 10 people in the church for the wedding yesterday afternoon, and it was
awesome.
And
is that the only occasion it rings for?
Well, yeah, it rings
wedding,
for well, it tolls for funerals.
Oh, okay.
But
all right.
But it rings for the weddings, and it was just like, you know, wow.
Yeah.
Someone's having a wedding.
Yeah. We have the Gertrude Tebow bell on our balcony, and whenever someone gets married or something, I ring the bell. And I've seen vessels out in the harbor, like you know, like they stop rowing, or they're looking because the bell's ringing. What's going on?
Right.
But, it's great
it's
to hear
hopeful.
that.
Just hopeful.
I mean, it sounds a little seed of hope. Exactly.
Right.
It's amazing, isn't it?
So my wife and I watched the Perfect Storm again. We hadn't seen it since we moved to Gloucester, and I didn't realize
the opening scene.
The opening scene, and isn't that where the bar is too?
The Crow's Nest. So our
Crow's Nest.
So where our museum and the balcony is, that's where they've built, mocked up a crow's nest for. And you know, and that's another one of those. This year was the 20th anniversary. This year was our 20th anniversary. This year was the 100th anniversary of the International Fisherman's Cup for the Schooner Festival. You know, so we lost out on a whole summer of great celebrations and acknowledgements to some pretty cool things in Gloucester.
Some of us didn't get to go out and
some of us didn't get to go out and bump on the water all day.
Do you think they'll do anniversary, 20th anniversary for the movie?
We were going to try to do the movie anniversary.
Oh, wow.
It was tough to. I don't think they're going to.
Get Marky up here?
Yeah. Why, do you know someone?
I do actually.
Let's do it.
knows him.
My personal trainer.
Oh,
So
okay.
we're excited. We were excited about trying to find a way to do something around the Perfect Storm. People still come in for the Perfect Storm.
Absolutely.
You know, all the time. They want to see it. Yeah,
That's true.
And so it's really good. Yeah.
Is there anything left from the movie at Maritime Gloucester?
No, most of the stuff that was. I mean, I can't remember if. I think there was a few dories that Gino knocked up.
Okay.
But I can't remember if those are still on site. And then we have just things inside, a few things inside. But,
okay.
Yeah. Which you have to, come and see.
Yeah.
There you
go. Do you want to do?
I was going to do the finale. Oh, we could do that. Yes, let's do that.
Do you want to do that quickly? Do we have time?
Well, we're already way over. So,
want to wait?
I think we should wait.
Right.
Myself, I don't know.
I agree.
What do you think? But we could talk about the finales thing.
Yeah, even though Connor did bring.
Okay, so what we're
Seltzer,
talking
seltzer.
about
Yeah,
is
very
that
much.
we had intended. Do you want to tell them what we were?
Yeah, we had
intending to do?
intended to do a seltzer taste test. We were big fans of seltzers this summer, and Coors Light just came out with their version of seltzers. And what's interesting is they don't sell them by the 4-pack, which most companies are doing. They're selling them by a 12-pack. No,
Yeah.
12-pack, 12-pack. And the cost per seltzer is much cheaper
Oh, is it?
than the 4-packs.
Oh,
Not a $5 high noon.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But GMG Jimmy bought a 12-pack, and we were going to do a taste test because none of us have tried the Coors Light seltzers yet, except for Jimmy. Last week he snuck one in.
Well, Nicole did too.
Nicole did too.
Yeah. Everybody took
Trying
off.
to get Nicole in trouble with her.
Well, it's Sunday. I know she's at church.
Yeah, no, in fact, she's doing confession today because of this.
And then Connor went to Great Marsh Brewery. They're starting to sell seltzer.
Okay.
So we were going to try this one. So
Can we mix it with the Jamesons?
we can mix it with the Jamesons and the bourbon and the cake.
and the cake would be good.
Actually, we
That
didn't
cake
show
was,
everybody
yeah. Well, it's
GMG.
looking a little
Where's
sad
the
right
cake
now,
from?
but
coffee time. My wife and I were in
that
Salem.
was so good.
That's the head of Jimmy's. Can you see it, Pat?
Yeah.
Oh, and there he is.
Yes.
Birthday boy.
Yes, you can.
We were just wrapping up, Joe.
Oh, we have to do the drawing.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
It's been 6 hours.
Someone has to get for a class. So.
Yeah, no, you're free to go.
Okay.
I think you've
I was talking about
poisoned enough.
Oh, wait. No, before she leaves, if she shared it.
Oh,
No,
she
she's
shared.
there.
So
She's on there.
Oh, so before you leave, we should do the thing. So if you
Okay.
you can take it with you if you will.
Oh, okay, gotcha. I know. Hold your breath.
Channel good thoughts.
Okay, here it is.
All right. So
I use
So
this.
we've got 13.
Wow. Lucky 13.
Who were the 13?
Were you trying to torture me? Is that it?
just last name.
Is that it?
Just the last name.
Just the last name.
Just
They
the
don't
last
have
name.
the
All right.
first name.
All right, this is it. We're gonna do it right now. This is the app. It's called Random. I forget the name. I'll tell you afterwards. But I shake it. I have.
Shake what?
You can see one. One is the minimum. Number 1 and 13 is the maximum. Don't in there on me yet. So we have a list.
Mm-hmm.
So why is this one crossed out? It should be 1 to 12.
Because Paula said no, so I crossed her off.
Oh, okay. Then you put 7 there. Okay.
Yeah,
no,
yeah,
no. Okay,
yeah.
it's legitimate. I just looked at the list.
Ernst
Ready?
and Young. Ernst
we
and
go.
Young has approved.
The red envelope, please.
The number is 12.
12. Joanne Moore.
So
That one I can do.
Started right.
People call me
Started
Joey.
right.
That
Yeah,
one
it
I
must
can
have
do.
been.
I'll bring it to her.
Okay.
You know,
Is she an extra small?
Joanne Moore.
She doesn't know.
Congratulations, Joanne Moore. If you're still listening, you can come. You can come down to. Oh my God, we're like an hour and 25 minutes.
Yeah.
If you're in Gloucester, you just come down the dock and I'll have the shirt for you. Guys, thank you so much.
Wrapped around
Thanks
Gloucester.
for showing up. Did you have,
Yeah.
was it worthwhile?
Yeah,
Jeff,
no,
did you have a
very
good time?
entertaining.
Can I give a shout out?
Yeah.
To the Cotton kids, Lieutenant Nicastro, Officer School, Officer Terra. They're doing a fantastic job with these kids. And 2 kids just won. We were sharing a bike. So the council asked us, "Where's the other bikes?" Says, "Can't afford it." These cops went out, got 2 bikes donated, and gave them to the kids just.
Wow.
That's
Great.
yeah, no, they're doing
And it's on their website too.
Yeah, they're doing a great job. The Cops and Kids is doing a great job, and they're doing a lot of community outreach. I know they do this video game.
Yeah.
thing.
Hey, and it's right. I saw them do it.
Yeah, they're doing great stuff. Well, anyways, thank you guys for coming in.
Yeah, thank you, Jerry.
And who's your next fan?
Oh, we didn't pick the next fan.
Yeah, no, she
Well,
volunteered.
we may have a fan coming next week already.
Yeah, we already have one.
Yeah,
Paula
next
Ryan,
week.
Paula
Right.
Ryan O'Brien is the super fan for next week,
Right.
and we'll put Mary Shula in the queue.
Right.
All right. Okay.
Great.
And for Joey Shimatara, GloucesterCast 443 is. Oh wait, Jimmy. Get the fuck over here. Get your face right in there. Get your face right in there. Go ahead.
There were no
Ladies and
yoga.
gentlemen, there were no piping plovers heard in the taping of today's podcast.
Peace out.